I'm Lee, and this week I'm thinking since it's warming up and gardening's getting close, I think it's time to make a garden trowel. And to do that, I'm going to start with this old mower blade. I'm going to start by flattening this off. And then I'm going to consolidate this cutting edge. I don't know if it's a good idea or not, but I'm going to try it. Seems to be working okay. I'm just going to work my way back a little bit, and then I'm going to fold that corner down into make a point for my shovel. And then, like I said, I'll just try to get this squared back off, get that taper out of it, and keep working my way back. Now, originally, I was going to chisel that. And the reason that I give up that idea was because there's only one way to get better at anything, and that's to do it. So I forced myself to forge over the edge of the anvil. I'm not real comfortable with it. I usually screw up pretty bad, but the shoulders are turning out pretty good. So now I need to squeeze down the rest of this and get it formed about the same distance. And then in the end, I'm going to fuller right here to try to narrow that up just a little bit more. But so far, so good. It took entirely too many heats to do that, and I've got pretty bad forge scale up here on the blade. It doesn't really matter. I mean, it's a garden shovel. But I'm going to carry on, forge all this down, and like I said, contour my handle, fuller this in, then we'll worry about the blade. This is where I'm at so far. I need to come in here with a file and clean up in these corners, and then this was starting to get away from me. So I'm going to go ahead and contour that on a grinder, and then get my profile set up for the edge of the blade. And while I'm there, I'll probably put a steep taper on the outside of this, just so it has somewhat of a knife edge for digging. And then I want to chisel some dimensions up the center so you know depth. And then I can go ahead and round this all off and then start making a handle for this. I have that forged out. I got a nice contour in it. Not much, but these garden trowels really don't need much. Now I'm a little bit thick in the backbone right in here. So I need to grind that down, make it at least consistent. I don't care if the difference is thicker at one end than the other, just as long as it's straight. And then I'll go ahead and get some wood ready to put a handle on this. I have my scales fitted up. Now I really need to re-blacken this, so I'm going to put it back into the forge, get it heated up and get some forge scale built back up on the edge. So I want all this blackened. And for this process, I'm not going to show it on camera because it's already smoky enough from running the sander, but I'm going to use a mix of linseed oil, turpentine, and beeswax to blacken this. And there's charcoal in it. That's just for no reason. But I'm going to go ahead and get this done, and then I'm ready to fit up the scales. Now I've scuffed this with some sandpaper to re-establish that surface. The edges are blackened. The face of this shovel's blackened. And I'm going to put it on there with some of this Gorilla epoxy. I don't know if that's the right thing to do. I'm not really that good with this. I just kind of wing it. It's been a few days. I get this unclamped. And I know I didn't mention it, but this is cherry that I happen to have at my house. It was a tree that was falling over. I went ahead and cut it and dried it out all winter in my garage in front of the furnace. And I figured it would be nice to use. Now I'm going to go ahead and sand this back down. And then I'm going to put boiled linseed on it. Now for my favorite part, putting some boiled linseed on the handle. This was a fun project. I learned quite a bit. If you have any tips on putting scales on, because I'm not very experienced with that, put them in the comments. But I appreciate you watching. Have a good day. See you next week.